Okay. So today we're going to start talking about taxes. I'm going to do this a little bit different than I've done the other ones so far. Today is not going to be different. Today is going to feel very much like I've taught this class so far, but we are going to be coming up with our own things here. And we're going to be sharing on the careers that we talked about. I haven't decided yet if we're going to be using those careers in our tax forms or if I'm going to make up a tax form for you and we'll go with it that way. Let's start by going around the room and talking about some careers that you guys have found and researched. Okay, so can you take out that stuff? You did that last week on, was it Thursday last week, right? You came up with 3 careers that you might, yeah?
I wasn't here last Thursday, so I don't.
So you had to come up with 3 careers that you might want to be and then find out what the average wage for that is.
Oh.
So why don't you get that done for tomorrow?
What do you want me to do for today? Just.
Well, we're just going to talk about this, so it's not the end of the world that it's not done today. All right. Let's start with Callie. Callie, what was one of the careers that you picked?
Veterinarian.
A veterinarian? And how much does a veterinarian make?
Like
$132,000 a year? Right away? Not sure?
I'm not sure.
Okay. One thing that is tricky with being a vet is that you have to go through a lot of schooling first. So you're going to have a lot of debt, but then you do get paid well. I hear it's also a stressful job, but also very satisfying at the same time. Make sure that you do not choose to be a vet if you like petting dogs and don't like operating on dogs, because you will be operating on them, not just petting them. Although that would be a perfect job, just to pet dogs all day. I would love that job so much. Do you want to be like a large animal vet or a small animal vet, or no idea? Just an option? Okay. Morel, how about you?
An IT trainee entry-level position.
Mm-hmm. IT trainee? How much does that make?
About 40,500.
Okay, 40,500, and those slowly increase with time. Thank you very much. Caden, how about you? Those jobs are really cool. They're hard to come by though, because a lot of people want to do that. How much do those jobs make?
47,900.
Okay, so you must have had a range and took an average. Nice. Colin, how about you?
Apprentice lineman,
Mm-hmm.
45,180.
We found out that apprentice was the first few years. Is that right?
Yep.
Then you're a journeyman, and then eventually.
It's like two plus years.
Okay. How'd it go, Renee? Good?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Jordan, how about you?
Bicycle mechanic.
Nice. Are you talking about like bicycles or like, so you want to work like in like a bike shop, not like a motorcycle? Okay, go ahead.
And they make like 32,000 a year.
Yeah, and then there's lots of opportunities there for you possibly to get in on a business if you find a small enough business that would be into that. Are you into cycling? That's cool. Yeah?
Electrician,
Electrician.
$48,500.
You make good money, and there's a lot of jobs in that marketplace too, so that's a good place to go. All right, Julie, how about you?
Art therapist.
Art what?
Therapist.
Art therapist. Okay, and how much do you make in art therapy?
57,000 to 90.
Yeah, and that's a really nice job. My mom actually used to do that for a while. But also you have to be willing to move because you're probably going to have to go someplace to do that. Tyler, Steele.
Welder, and 44,500.
Okay, all right, that's a cool idea. How about you? Grace? Oh, you didn't do it. Tyler.
Trump's bodyguard,
Oh,
146,000.
okay, all right. That's unrealistic. Let's try again.
A farmer, 48,000.
That's pretty realistic. Okay, yeah. Maybe being a bodyguard isn't realistic, but if you want to be a bodyguard for one specific person, it's like being like, I would like to be this person's spouse as my job. It's like, okay, well, they have to pick you. I think Trump already knows whose bodyguards are going to be. But being a bodyguard isn't crazy. Is that something you actually want to do or just a joke?
It'd be cool.
Really? Okay. Would you want to be a bouncer?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, if you're not interested in being a bouncer, you're probably not interested in being a bodyguard.
Well, I just want to be a specific.
Got it. So you want to be around a celebrity?
Yeah.
See. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's probably unlikely. But becoming a farmer, very realistic. Or being in like protection services, that's a realistic job as long as you don't have a single person in mind. Good joke though. Renee?
Registered nurse.
An RN. They make a lot of money and they're desperate for them right now. What do you got?
69,800.
It's a good amount to start at. I mean, really, really cool. All right, so I like how diverse you guys are and how much you're thinking about the future. That's really awesome. I will walk around and check that in tomorrow when I check in this one. Today we're starting talking about taxes. You're going to need one of these too, Renee. And we're going to talk about lots of different things here. I'm going to be very general at first, and then we're going to get lots more specific at the end, and we're actually going to do some taxes together. So, anybody know what a W-2 form is? This is a piece of paper your work gives you. Do you need this or this? Oh, okay. That reports your income for the year. They have to turn in these pieces of papers to the government as well. Not only does it tell you your income, it also tells you a couple other things on your W-2. Okay, so if you guys look at this side of the paper, it says reporting income on one side. This is the notes side. Other side's going to be your homework. So we're looking at this part. This is your W-2. You get this, you're required to have it, I think by January, I don't remember exactly the date. I think it's 30 days into January, they have to be giving you your W-2 so you can do your taxes. It says lots of different things on it, so we're going to go through them one at a time. Okay, so here's my book. Okay. So this number right here, it says wages, tips, or other compensation. This is how much you earned this year. That includes like if you're like a waitress or something, it would include not only your salary from the company, but also your reported tips that you get, because that is counted as part of it. This is the federal tax withheld. So this is federal, which means like federal means like government, the whole country. This is how much money they've already taken away from your paycheck. So this year, they held back for you $4,835.35. So that means that you made about $34,000, and they kept back about $5,000 for your federal taxes. Why do you think they do that? Why do they save money for you for your taxes? Yep.
Is it less money you have to pay later so they can have some in advance?
Yeah, so they basically give this to the feds immediately, and then the federal government will either give you a refund, as in give you your money back if you paid too much, or they will charge you some additional as well. Most people do this because, it happens automatically. If you have a certain number of exemptions, which we'll talk about in a little bit, the higher number of exemptions